Celtic had to settle for a point today despite being 2 goals up. Brendan Rodgers says it feels like a defeat when you don't win at Celtic Park. And now we're going to see how the fans feel today when they react to their team's 2-2 draw against Aberdeen. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It was a top-of-the-table clash. It was a title-contending clash with two teams going for the Scottish Premiership. A lot of people have joked about Aberdeen so far this season, but here, after this game, they had 7 wins out of 7, and alright, they don't have 8 out of 8, but they managed to go to Celtic Park and avoid defeat, and not many teams do that. So let's give a lot of credit here to Aberdeen. People saying Aberdeen lied down to Celtic. Well, I mean, Aberdeen did something that Rangers can't do, and that is get a draw at Celtic Park. So congratulations to them, and we'll see how the fans reacted in a minute. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, of course, it's fog_footba49067. We try and do some live tweeting during the games, during the weekend. We'll try and do a live tweet along, I guess, maybe, with Rangers Kilmarnock tomorrow. So yeah, make sure you follow us on Twitter, guys, and or X, whatever you want to call it. If you prefer Elon Musk's version, then we can call it X. Why not? But let's get into it then. So Lusuna says, 2 poor teams who will remember this match when they are battling for second and third come May. This must be a troll account. I see this account all the time. It kind of has to be. I mean, if anything, I think Rangers will be the team battling for third. And at this rate, they could be battling by themselves. It could be a one-horse race for third place. Because I think Celtic are, as we've seen evidently, quite a bit ahead of Rangers. And, Aberdeen this season could prove to be better than Rangers. Now, Aberdeen could get a bad result at some point and fall away, but right now, they haven't fallen away, and they haven't had a bad result. So we need to give them some. We need to give them some credit. Anyway, let's move on here. Scott says, gives a corner, then finishes the game. Yeah, well, you weren't complaining when the Portugal had a corner and the game got finished, were you? Plus, I mean, wasn't that because of the check on Duke? I mean, how much more time do you want added on, Scott? Seriously. He played fucking 13 minutes. I mean, is that no enough? Robert California says Duke handball. But it wasn't a handball. It wasn't a handball, so you can make up that if you want, but it wasn't. And even if it somehow did, I mean, look at Duke's arms. They're right in at his body. It clearly hits his stomach. It hits his body. I mean, to say that's a handball is... Oh yeah, that's a handball, but of course anytime... Liam Scales, that's definitely not a handball. We've got Kevin Barry Ferry says, fucking shat it. They should have been buried. And to be honest, I mean, not winning for 2-0 up is a horrible result, but give Aberdeen credit because they actually came into the game. I think they forced the game and took it to Celtic. It's not like Celtic completely just shat the bed and started playing horribly. Aberdeen made the changes. Jimmy Thielen made the subs, and the subs definitely impacted the game, so you can be unhappy that Celtic didn't win, but I think you need to give Jimmy Thielen and Aberdeen a lot of credit for coming back, because not many teams do that. Connor says, yeah, fuck off, bunch of bottling bastards. I mean, look how bad these people, man, are reacting to a draw. I mean, this team wins every single game. Lighten the fuck up, seriously. And this is, when people say, like, the current generation of Celtic fans have been spoilt, this is what they're talking about, man. They get one like result now that isn't great, and they completely lose their minds. It's insane. Fuck Beale says, run it back, captain, disappointed. So there you go. Cal McGregor no happy. Red fan loyal, 2-0 up and you fucked it. I mean, they did, but Aberdeen are a good team, so it is what it is. Stevie B says, thought it was going to be played until Celtic scored the winner. Well done, Aberdeen, for keeping it even against 12 men. Okay, little joke there at the officials. Britain for Trump says hello to all my Celtic FC fans over there in the UK. Paddy Boy says, and that's why CCF is the most important player in our team. Did they miss Carter figures today? I mean, probably. The first goal's good. Liam Scales, you could blame him if you want, but I still think Aberdeen took it well. Sokler with a great finish. Second goal, I mean, it's a deflection. I wouldn't blame that on Trusty or Scales. Yeah, I'm not convinced. And like Maida as well, I mean, gives the ball away. I'm not convinced that Celtic win this game today if Carter Vickers is playing. To me, that's just like, it's easy to make that excuse into it. It's easy to be like, well, without Carter Vickers, we would have. There's no proof to that. It's like when Celtic lost 7-1 to Dortmund, it was just a really bad performance, and Dortmund were great. If Carter Vickers played in that Dortmund game, I don't believe for 1 second that Celtic don't lose heavily. You know, I think the same outcome applies. So, is what it is. Salmon's Pizzeria says, looked like it would be a routine win at half time, but some grit shown from Aberdeen. Just one of those days. Celts are not good enough. I mean, you win every game, and you can't really be complaining. You can't really say you're not good enough just because you didn't win one game. Paddy says, unlucky lads. Health Safety says, LOL. Jason Dolan, Celtic is the only club not to join Premier Sports Football, so we see no home games. Complete blackout. I'm not going to get into another one of these, arguments over did they make the right choice. At the end of the day, they put their home fans first, and I mean, you can respect that. I think the game should have been on TV, but it's just one of those things. Apparently, I've got Roy Cropper here. Can't be arsed looking at it. Josh says, still top, hail, hail, but no, please, never let Trusty play again. He's fucking shit. Yeah, Trusty, another guy that Celtic brought in for what? 6 million, was it? 5 mil, 6 mil? And he looks to be money not well spent. And the same for Ida, or Ida, whatever you want to call him. I've said that the guy sucks. I've said that he's not worth 9.5 million. Apparently that makes me bitter. Apparently that makes me jealous or whatever. No, I just don't think that Ida's that good, and I wouldn't have paid that amount of money for him. 4 million maybe, 9.5 definitely not. Said Rayan says, what a match. Timur Osiri says, the forward line is pretty much hopeless. Can't beat a man, none of them. Trusty and Scales won us the point. So somebody doesn't think Trusty was that bad. Fool says, first the death of the Hamas leader and only a draw against Aberdeen. Tough week for Celtic and the Green Brigade kids. I guess that's a Rangers fan then. Phantom says, as predicted, Celtic and Aberdeen both starting to drop points and being shown up as overhyped myths. Rangers can only beat themselves. Even then, it's a struggle. We can play C Diddy and still win this tin pot league. Well, that's a troll as well. I mean, that's got to be a troll comment if I've ever seen one. Celtic fan group says, did that hit Duke's arm? Never seen it properly. Let's see what people are saying here, because I don't think it did, but I'm going to assume that everyone will say it did. Celtic football. It did. Need to see it again. Alright. It did. It stopped the goal and Fiar didn't give a penalty. It never, mate. Comes off his thigh then onto his arm, so no penalty, unfortunately. I mean, see, at least this guy is being fair here. I mean, there's someone that's actually telling the truth, so respect. They're saying... Celtic fans said it didn't, lads. Sadly, it didn't. But then he's questioning this guy, so it's like a bit strange. Alright, so people... It did for his goal, right? I haven't seen... Most people... First time for his goal, alright. So, I mean, you're getting a few people saying it wasn't a pen, so... It came out and scored it. Alright, so there you go. I mean, you get some Celtic fans saying that it wasn't a handball, which is fair, because I don't think it was, to be honest. EM says the fact that it wasn't televised is a joke. Some games, Celtic dominant first half, Aberdeen get the goals and held it superbly. Aberdeen will absolutely scud Rangers. I think Aberdeen could beat Rangers 100%. I mean, the way they're playing at the moment, why not? Aberdeen are solid. Well, they're better than solid. They're actually really good, so of course they can. We've already seen that Rangers aren't that great, so I mean, it's going to be some game for sure. Paul Ostreen says, great match, however losing a 2-goal lead at home is unacceptable. It's not good. Bernardo Boy says, how can they check for a pen and just blow for full tip? Because they checked for a pen, it wasn't a pen, and therefore they just blew the match because there was already 14 minutes played on. Maybe that's why, mate. What the fuck do you want? Play to win? And people obviously, oh man, and obviously people are... He gave us the corner, but then he didn't give it to us. The fuck. Maybe because there was that much. How much longer did you want? Honestly, man, did you want them to play fucking 23 minutes, 43 minutes, 43 minutes? I mean, Jesus Christ. At the end of the... Yeah, look, sometimes the referee, if you're in an attacking position, or if you win an attacking foul, or like a free kick or a corner, like sometimes the ref will allow you the chance to take it if the time is up, but It's not in the rules that he has to. The referee can blow it early, and at this point there was 10 minutes he added on time. Already 13 minutes were added on. 3 minutes more than the 10 that was supposed to be added on. And let's be honest, there should never have been 10 anyway. So, I mean, Celtic got enough time to win the game. They just didn't do it, okay? They just didn't get the win, but they just need to accept it, right? You weren't good enough on the day. Fergie C said, that's a handball, fuck off. It really wasn't. So, that's what it is. Mark Graham, how the fuck did we no score at the end there? Oh my god. Sort that fucking defence out, Celtic. I mean, just a lot of cursing here, a lot of angry Celtic fans. So, is what it is. The sooner CCV and Taylor are back, the better. Maida, Fally, and Engels were terrible, and the balance in midfield isn't right. You know what, Engels? I'm not going to say the guy sucks because he clearly doesn't. But I think this guy did get overhyped. He came in for 11 million, and maybe we all assumed he was going to be great. He scored a couple of penalties, and all of a sudden people were saying, oh, he's better than O'Reilly, he's this, he's that. I mean, is he really better than O'Reilly? I don't think so. But it is what it is. You know, Engels now, Assam had a few bad games. He's had a couple of bad games now over the past month, so I don't think he's as good as we maybe originally thought. What's Scott? Here we go, robbed. Scottish boy says, fair result, but Celtic absolutely robbed at the end. Clear handball, and the ref knows it's a handball, but just ends the game. So players are allowed to use the hands to absolute end of the game to defend now. If it's a clear handball, then why is there no images? Why is there no videos? Why can nobody show this handball? If this is a clear handball, there would be photographic proof. Someone would have a screenshot. If it was fucking clear, somebody would have a screenshot. Nobody has provided an image of it or the video of it where they can clearly show it hits his hand. So that would tell you that it's not a clear handball. The only thing clear here is the fact that you're crying like a little bitch because your team didn't win the game, alright? It's as simple as that. Aberdeen were good today. They deserved their point. Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. And that's where we're going to move on, guys. We're going to end it here. I mean, some people are being fair. Most people, you know, are just blaming the referees and all that shit. So it is what it is, guys. But I thought 2-2 was a fair result. Both teams had the ball in the back of the net. Both teams had a chance to win, but in the end, the draw, I think, was the correct result. So it is what it is. Till next time, guys. Peace.